Sleeping with pets. Harmless habit or loss of self-control. Ever feel like you've slept all night but somehow wake up exhausted? Could it be that the soft breath beside you, the gentle paw, or the familiar purring brings comfort to your heart but chaos to your rest? When love climbs under the covers, how do we know if it's healing us or slowly wearing us down? Welcome to Live Stoic. Live strong, where we trade illusions for truth, where emotions are felt but not obeyed, where clarity is power and discipline is freedom. When late. This is not just a channel. 200 or a channel. It's a mindset. When lay. It's a journey of conscious living. Let's begin. Felix, the man who couldn't sleep. Felix was a man whose heart always tilted toward others. He gave more than he ever asked for. He helped quietly, without fanfare. By day, he lived simply, teaching languages at a small school tucked beside the sea. He loved books, slow coffee, and rainy mornings. By night, he shared his bed with Juno, a Labrador he rescued from a violent storm 5 years ago. "She makes the silence feel less sharp," he once said. "She keeps me from feeling alone." But slowly, something began to change. Felix, once full of calm energy and warm focus, began to unravel at the edges. He woke up each morning with dull headaches. His afternoons blurred into each other, foggy, heavy, like walking through water. He forgot names mid-conversation. He repeated himself without noticing. Once he left the kettle on, until smoke curled up the kitchen walls. Concerned, he visited a doctor. Tests were run. Blood drawn. All results normal. No illness. No condition. Just one diagnosis. Chronic, quiet, creeping sleep deprivation. The cause? Juno. It wasn't her fault, of course. She moved often at night. She whined gently at 2 a.m. She snored in pulses and liked to tuck herself into the bend of his knees, cutting off his circulation, inch by inch. Still, Felix couldn't bring himself to push her away. "She's all I have," he whispered once to a friend, "and maybe I'm all she has too." But a Stoic life asks a difficult question. Is this love? Or is this attachment pretending to be love? Because true love never asks us to harm ourselves. And strength isn't about holding on. It's about choosing, clearly, kindly, and without guilt. So one quiet evening, after months of slow exhaustion and gentle soul-searching, Felix made a small decision, but one that changed everything. He bought a soft, warm bed for Juno and placed it right next to his own. He kissed her head and whispered, "Tonight, you sleep here, and I'll sleep there. Still close. Still us. Just a little better." That night, for the first time in years, Felix slept all the way through. Deep, dreamless, still. Juno woke once, lifted her head, saw Felix nearby, and settled down with a sigh, as if she too understood. Because love is not control. Love is not weight. Love is presence. Without pressure, nearness. Without sacrifice. From that night forward, Felix woke up clearer, calmer. He smiled more, moved slower, thought sharper. Not because he loved Juno any less, but because, finally, he loved himself just a little more. From the bottom of my heart, I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you, no matter where you are in the world, for taking the time to watch this video. Your presence and support are the driving force that keeps me creating and sharing. No words can truly capture the depth of my appreciation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing. And thank you for walking this journey with me, the silent tug between love and rest. To sleep beside an animal is a gesture of closeness, of shared trust, warmth, and devotion. It's a choice many make without hesitation. But what if that tender decision, rooted in love, quietly chips away at something just as vital, our deep, restorative sleep? Dr. Helena Marlowe, lead researcher at the Eastern Institute of Rest and Rhythm, has spent years exploring the intersection of affection and sleep. She's noticed a recurring pattern among her patients. Despite feeling emotionally soothed by their pets at night, many report poor sleep quality, unexplained fatigue, or a sense of always waking halfway, never quite fully rested. These experiences are not isolated. In fact, they line up with what the science shows. Unlike humans, dogs often wake multiple times during the night, shifting position or responding to faint sounds. Cats are even more nocturnal, wired to stir at first light, to leap, to wander. Their instincts, however sweet, run counter to our biological need for long, undisturbed sleep cycles. Even the subtlest of disruptions, a tail flick against your leg, a sudden movement, or the invisible swirl of dander, can jolt the body from deep sleep, often without you realizing it. And when this happens night after night, the cost accumulates. A comfort that comes at a cost. And yet, who can deny the emotional balm pets provide? Their presence slows our breath, steadies our heartbeat, and replaces nighttime silence with a peaceful sense of companionship. For many, especially those living alone or dealing with anxiety, that comfort is more than valuable. It's essential. Dr. Rowan Ely, a clinical psychologist at Northmere College, has explored this paradox in both theory and practice. His own cat curls up beside him each night, even though he's well aware of the toll it takes. We often avoid what we already suspect, he confesses, acknowledging how love can sometimes blind us to reality. His studies draw clear connections between pet co-sleeping and disrupted sleep patterns, insomnia, daytime drowsiness, poor focus, and mood shifts. Interestingly, the data shows a dose-dependent effect. The more pets sharing your bed, the more your rest is likely to be fragmented, waking up to gentle awareness. But this isn't a call to cold-hearted decisions. As Stoic wisdom teaches, it's not judgment that leads us forward, but honest observation. Dr. Marlowe never tells her patients to remove their pets. Instead, she poses a simple but powerful question. Do you find yourself waking in the middle of the night more than you used to? That single moment of reflection can spark a deeper awareness. And often, it's not about removing the pet, but about rethinking the sleep setup. Maybe the solution is placing a cozy dog bed beside your own, just a touch away. Maybe it's gently closing a door, or adjusting your routine to rise with your early bird animal. Because in the end, the goal is never to reject the love, but to let it live in harmony with your health. True affection doesn't demand sacrifice. It seeks balance. And that balance might just begin with one honest question in the stillness of the night. But how can we tell when it's time to draw that line? And what happens when love resists the change our body clearly needs? Sometimes, love asks for reflection, not rejection. As we saw earlier, sharing a bed with a pet is not a mistake. It's a choice, a tender, emotional decision. But when comfort begins to conflict with rest, it calls for a deeper kind of honesty. On attachment and choice. Our bond with animals, much like our fondness for coffee, runs deep. It's not about routine. It's about comfort. That soothing presence at night, the familiar rhythm of breath beside us, it becomes something we hold on to fiercely. Even when the cost is clear, when sleep is restless, when mornings begin with a clouded head, We cling to what makes us feel safe. Why? Because letting go doesn't just mean changing a habit. It feels like losing a piece of warmth, a slice of quiet love. But the Stoics, ever gentle in their reasoning, offer a different lens. The real question isn't, do I love this? But rather, what does this love cost me? And is the price one I'm willing to pay? Take Daniela, a soft-spoken woman from the misty hills of Calmora. She tried everything to create space, lavish dog beds, cozy corners by the window, but Luna, her golden retriever, would always return to her side. And in her story lies a truth not often spoken. Not every bond disturbs. Luna doesn't wake me, Daniela says with a quiet smile. She's gentle. She just wants to be close. For her, the trade was balanced. Her sleep was undisturbed. Her peace remained intact. In such cases, there is no conflict to resolve. The Stoic does not deny the comfort of love. He simply examines it. He asks whether it gives more than it takes, whether it nourishes or drains. To sleep beside an animal is not weakness, but to do so thoughtlessly, even as one's health quietly withers, that is where the imbalance begins. So ask yourself, gently, without guilt, does this closeness bring me peace? Or is it slowly taking it away, breath by breath, night after night? Then, choose. Not with force, but with kindness, with truth, and with courage. Because clarity isn't the absence of emotion. It's the alignment of love and well-being. To love is human. To choose with clarity, that is strength. If peace costs you your rest, then it was never peace at all. You don't need to push love away. You only need to place it gently where it no longer pulls you under. Choose stillness. Choose strength. Choose sleep that restores. Thank you for your time. If one idea touched you today, come back next time. It may reach deeper. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a quiet moment. See you in the next video.